Hello everyone, so welcome to today's video. We are getting ready together. It's chatty because we are talking about all of my favorite beauty products and just kind of being happy and uplifting and just focusing on makeup. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that distracts me from times where it may not be the best time in my life, and I think everyone globally speaking is not in the best place possible. We're all going through some really tough times. It's really scary this time in the world that we live in right now. And I feel like this is an escape for me, and I hope it's an escape for you. And so we're playing with makeup. This is what makes me happy. One of the things that makes me happy, I should say. So we're getting ready. My daughter's still sleeping, so I figured we can, chat until she wakes up, and I can share with you all of my favorites. We're doing this look that I'm wearing right now, and we are going to start from nothing. It's going to be a scary sight. When you see me with no makeup on, we've got some blemishes, we've got some problems that we need to completely conceal, but we'll get there, and we're just going to get into it. So I hope that you will enjoy, and if you want to see the look, then just keep watching. Alright, so we're just going to start getting ready. I have here my makeup right in front of me, and so we're just going to kind of get ready to go nowhere because that's kind of the world that we live in right now. So I've got my makeup palette here with my foundation. I have 2 pumps of the Revlon. This is the Candid photo ready to think of what it was called because I forgot, but the Revlon. I've got some Tarte Shape Tape on here as well. So we're just going to be working with that, and I'm going to be using my damp beauty sponge that I got off of Amazon. And I'm just going to go in with the foundation first. And kind of just do something quick and easy. I'm trying something different with the lighting here. I usually have the light in the hallway on, but this one is pretty yellow and it's like right above my head, so that's why I think the lighting isn't the absolute best. I don't want to wear a ton of makeup today. I wanted to do like something really soft and glowy, just easy. So that's what we're going for. So we're going to just kind of chat about some makeup products as I go. So I've been really loving the Revlon Photo Ready Foundation, which I talk about quite a bit in my videos. It's actually really, really good. And if you have like no imperfections like this side of my face, it just looks really fresh and nice. But then over here you can still see my imperfections, unfortunately. So that's where I come in with a little bit of Shape Tape mixed in with the foundation to kind of bump up the coverage, because the Revlon is only kind of like a medium coverage. So then I just kind of stipple this on, and it looks crazy, and then I come back in, and then I just do one of these. And I talked about this in my last video as well, so I'm going to work on this. So for concealer, I'm going to mix a few. The Maybelline Eraser Dark Circle, which I have used half, and I'm going to mix that with the Revlon one, which this is the one that I've been using the most. But I do really love these two. Are like my top 2 favorites from the drugstore. This one is in the shade Fair. Both actually are in Fair. So I'm going to use a lot of that because I've been staying up quite late lately watching TV. And I'm going to use the pointed side to blend this out. And this is just such a good concealer, and I figured, why not just do a get ready with me that's simple and easy and glowy, but use my favorite products. So that's what we're doing. Just a touch right through here to kind of brighten this inner part right here. I normally do this with my Shape Tape, but I'm going to do it today with just the Revlon. And it just helps kind of brighten everything up. And if I sound like I'm not talking too loud, my daughter is right down the hall and she is napping, and I'm watching her on the monitor, and she is out like a light. And I just hope that I can get through getting myself ready before she wakes. And I think before I set my under eye and my little spots, I'm going to use some of this. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand in, what color do I have? Sunbeam. Love this. And going on tops of the cheekbone And also I'm going to kind of bring that in under the eye as well. I saw the girls on their Instagram page do that, and I thought, that looks really nice. So I'm going to do it too. And I have been doing that lately, and I like it. Makes the under eye area look glowy, but of course if you set it, then you're really not going to get the full effect anymore. Go through the center of the forehead, and then take a little bit down the nose. Then to set, I'm going to use my number 7 translucent powder that I always use, and I'm going to start with the under eye area for that creases on the side of my sponge, and just quickly press that over where I applied extra product for concealing these blemishes. And you may still see them, I don't care. I mean, literally, I am not going anywhere. I've been home for 10 days straight, and my butt's gonna stay here with my kids. Okay, so we gotta do some stuff with the brows, because these brows are a little bit crazy. So, I love the Revlon pencil. This is the Color Stay brow pencil, and it's kind of like a pomade texture, which is quite nice. So it does have quite a bit of pigment to it, and it stays, which is what I like. And so I normally would use, for just every day, something like this, a tinted brow gel. If I'm not going to do anything else with the eyes, it's maybe just mascara, keep everything soft. But we're going to do eyeshadow today, so I figured I can go in with a heavier brow and it, with softer complexion and all that, and it still looks good. And so I'm barely just touching my brows, because as you can see, if you just put too much pressure, you can see that it's pretty intense, the color. Alright, so I've been here for 2 hours working on this brow, and I have this little spot that does not want to grab color. Of course, because today's a filming day and it's just not going to cooperate. It's like, you know what, lady? I'm not going to do what you want to do. So I like the Gimme brow. Sure, I showed that earlier. But another good one that I like to use when I'm not wearing anything and I just want my brows to look a little bit more polished and groomed is the Almay Brow Styler. It looks like this. I have it in the medium brown. It's got a super, super fine brush. Looks like that. You can barely even see any bristles on there because it's so thin. And excuse my super dry hands. I wash my hands a lot, so they're dry. I'm going to take a touch of this just to kind of help fill in any tiny little areas that need a little bit of color. Now this does add color, but it's not like full on like the Gimme brow. I can do this and just this, but this one needs a little bit more, I think, for my preference. At first, when I first got it, I'm like, you know what, this is just not that great. But the more I used it, the better. I gotta see, I can put a little bit of color right here. And so for primer on my eyes, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty one. This is I think the only one that I have right now. And I'm just going to do just a touch of this. Not a whole lot. It's actually a really good primer. There's so much product in there, it'll last me forever. Then I'm going to set that with a little bit of the number 7. Again, really great loose powder, by the way. I use it pretty much in every tutorial that I do my full face because it's actually really, really good stuff. And I take just a touch of powder right through here. So for my next favorite, it's the E.L.F. It's dusty. The E.L.F. Halo Glow. This is so good. I shared it in my last video. I use it every time I do my foundation. It has a sifter. You can twist it, get your product out, and then close it back. I like to just dump it into the lid. And then I take a very fluffy, very wispy kind of brush. This one here from Delium Tools. This is the 941, the tapered highlighting brush. And I just kind of dip it, tap off the excess, and then I just go all over. And this gives, like I said in my last video, a very soft, ethereal glow. And it just makes your skin look vibrant and healthy without looking super glowy. It's not extremely shimmery. If you get really close, you're not going to see shimmer particles on your face. It just is a beautiful powder. And it's $8. You can get it at Target. It comes, I think, in 3 shades. So I like to do this first before my bronzer. Sometimes if I'm in a pinch, I just go over my lids. If I'm just going to do mascara, I'm going to do bronzer. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer because I have my little palette here. So I'm going to use this bronzer, and this is the one that you find in the Film Star Bronze and Glow, which I want to try more Charlotte Tilbury products, but this is my thing. It's so pricey, but I swear she could sell me a bag of poop and I'll buy it. Really? A bag of poop. Wow. I couldn't think of anything else. But you know what I mean. If you've seen her videos, it's like she can sell you anything. And you're just like, add to cart, add to cart. And the next thing you know, you have a $300 total. Oh gosh. But I like this bronzer and I've used so much of it. Like, I'm going to hit pan eventually. I know it's so disgusting. Sorry. So I have zoomed the camera in just a little bit. I want to use this Pixi by Petra palette again. I want to do something like the soft, like rosy tones. I think I want to do something like this, like a one shadow look maybe a little bit in the crease. I don't know where I'm going with this, but that's kind of the plan for today. So I'm going to start with the lightest color, and that's going to go right over my lids. It's a very soft, like you can probably see maybe where my bristles, when they touch, it kind of leaves a mark. It's a very soft, it's a powder, but it's kind of like a creamy, really nice creamy formula. So I think I want to try this one here. This is like a rosy, like shimmery color. It looks really, really pretty. And so I'm going to get a flat eyeshadow brush. This is the Sigma E55. It's been a while since I've used Sigma. It's one of my very first like super expensive brushes that I bought years ago when they first came onto the scene in the beauty community. Their brush set was like $150, and it had like so many brushes, and that's what I used. And it was like, what was it, the F10, the F4, whatever the numbers were. I don't remember. Was it no, those are recent. It was like the SS, that's what it was. SS and then a number. So it's kind of like the SS 219 is the same exact as the MAC 219, and that's kind of how they got famous, just creating dupes, if you will. I don't know, but it was quite nice. Whoa, that one is really, again, another one of those. It feels like I can see the swipes on the pan as I'm picking up the product. It's one of those creamy, powdery shades. I was going to do a cream eyeshadow base first, but I'm glad I didn't because I don't feel like I need that. And so I'm going to put this all over my lid, patting first, and then using the bristles, the edge of it, to kind of wedge that right into my natural like crease area, if you can see, pushing that in. And then I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and I'm going to go around the edges just to soften that a bit. But it's quite nice, and the edges are blending out easily as well. It's so beautiful. I'm going to go in with this one here. Again, another one of those creamy, powdery, metallic shades. And I picked up a whole lot of product. Whoa. Real nice formula. And this is going to go in the center of my lid so that as it catches the light, it just kind of, do you see that? Is it big enough? Hopefully. Just right in the very center. I'm going to go in with this same color that I did in the center. That is going to go in the very inner corner. Just really quickly. To brighten everything up. Using the same brush for pretty much almost everything. keeping it simple. Lash line, I think I'm going to go in with this one here. This is much more cool than this one that I was going to use, but I'm going to go with this. Picking that up. And I'm going to go under the lower lash line, just to define this area. This one here is, these all kind of look very similar, but if you look at it in this lighting, it's actually pretty accurate than just regular daylight, because you can actually see the variance between these colors. This is a very cool tone brown. This one is a little bit deeper with a bit of shimmer, and then this one has just a subtle hint of warmth to it, but this is more of a like metallic brown with a little bit of like a chocolatey undertone, so it's real nice. This one here is very cool tone, almost kind of comes off a little bit, I don't know, kind of like an olive. I don't know, it's like a dirty gray color, like more of like a stone color. This one is really nice as well, but these are the dark ones, so I think I'm going to go in with this one that's matte. Let's tightline with my favorite pencil at the moment. It's the CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus. This mascara is the one that I have open. It's the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. This is by no means a favorite. I don't really care for it, but it's the one that I have open, and I'm not going to open another one. But my favorite's L'Oreal Lash Paradise, the CoverGirl Exhibitionist in the silver tube, and the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Uncensored in the black tube is really great. But again, like I said, this is what I've got open, and I'm going to use what I've got and not be wasteful. But this is not it, unfortunately, not for me. And this is the best that it looks. So it might be one of those that the longer it sits open, the better it is. I mean, my lashes look pretty intense. So I do like that. So maybe it might be a decent one, but so far it's just not wowing me. And then for my lower lash line, I always use the Urban Decay Perversion. I've got a bunch of these little minis from like gift with purchases, Sephora play boxes, and that's what I use for my lower lash line. So eyes are done. It's very soft, glowy, super simple and easy. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. So what's the point of doing super crazy elaborate makeup? I just want to feel normal. For blush, I really do like these ones that are in this palette from Charlotte Tilbury, the Swish and Pop ones. This is matte. This has a soft little glow to it, which I like. I even use these as eyeshadows when I'm in a pinch. It's such a good color for my complexion, and if you're fair, this is the Smoky Eye Beauty, the Instant Look in a Palette Smoky Eye. So this is the one with the black. I don't really care for this. This is way too gold and too yellow for my skin, and I just don't like it. For eyeshadow, I could try it for eyeshadow, but that's why it looks like I haven't even used it, because I don't really care for it. It's just a little too gold. It's a nice formula, but too gold. I have my CoverGirl ones. These are so good. But this is also really good. I don't know if they make this anymore, if you can find this, the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear. This one is in the shade called Natural, and I think I'm going to use a little bit of this because I like it. And I'm just going to apply a little bit to the apples of my cheek. Okay, so I'm going to use my CoverGirl. This is the Sophisticated Sable, which I like, and I have one of their other single blushes, but this is really nice. And I'm going to go in with, let's mix them like I normally do. Let's just do it. And add this to the apples of my cheek, and then up towards the hairline. Just a little bit of something special. A little hint of glow right over that blush. So I have some highlighters that I like. Obviously, this one from Tarte, the Shape Tape Glow one, is really great. I have this one on my vanity, the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in Pearl. This is very different formula. It's creamy, it's soft, works really great like a powder. And there's just a subtle hint of like a pink undertone to this powder. It looks white, but it has like a subtle duochrome to it, which is really nice, and I like that a lot. I also like using this eyeshadow in this palette from Charlotte Tilbury as well for highlight, which is what I do most days since I'm using this for blush and bronzer. I have that, but I'm going to also share with you another favorite of mine. It's this one that I used in my last video, the CoverGirl. This is the True Blend, the Hyper Glow, in the shade, what is this one called? Pearl Crush. Looks like that. This is so good. So, so good. So I'm going to show you. Take a big fluffy brush, just kind of boop, 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 and go right over the top. Do you see that glow that it gives? It's such a nice highlighter. Hi, baby.
Hi. Can I play Xbox?
You want to play Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
Only for a little while.
Okay.
You go plug in your tablet.
Okay.
And make sure your TV in your room is off before you go downstairs.
Okay.
He's into Xbox. He likes playing Plants vs. Zombies. So you see that glow? Oh, it's so good. I'll be down in just a second, baby.
Okay.
And then I do right on my nose. Boop, boop. This is really nice, but if you want a little something extra, let's do it, because why not? I'm going to show you this one. Same brush. Tapping that. And then it just adds that kind of icy vibe to it. This is more natural, and this is a little bit more icy. Do you see that difference? So, so nice. Okay, so for lips, I shared with you guys in my last few videos this lip combo that I've been using a lot, and I still love that, and I kind of want to switch it up so that I'm not using the same thing every single video, but that is my go-to. I will show you my go-to lip liner. You guys know I love the Mauve lip liner by NYX, but this one in the Slide On Glide On, the Nude Suede shoes, they have the ones that are in the black packaging, which are the wooden ones. This one needs to be sharpened desperately. This one is, the outside matches the color of the lip liner itself, and I'm going to use this one. This one reminds me of Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury, and I do have that. I don't know where it's at. It's one of my favorites. I've done this and just this with some gloss or lip balm, and it's so good. And I feel like this is a tone that's perfect for my lips. It's like your lips but better, where I can actually outline a little bit outside of my lip line and it still looks like it's my actual lips. And it doesn't look weird, like I'm drawing onto my skin. You've seen that? I know you have. It's no. No, no. So good, and I think it's like $8. Really, really good. You know what? Let's just do some lip balm. I have this one here, the Peppermint Organic Lip Balm by Dr. Bronner's. This is what I've been using every single night before bed. Love this stuff, so I'm going to just kind of pat that right over the top. And there you have it. Simple, easy, everything is glowy, nothing's too heavy. Feel like I'm getting a little bit of that natural glow coming through the foundation. I have a lot of highlighter on. Let's be real here. A lot of highlighter layered, 2 different ones. But the under eyes look really nice and bright, and I feel like I'm ready to start the day, and I feel like I'm putting my best face forward, my best foot forward, and it just kind of lifts my spirits. Just sitting down doing this, there's something magical about filming videos that just kind of gets me feeling really great. I don't know, I just really enjoy it. It's like an escape. This is my me time, like I said earlier, and I just enjoy it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it was long, but we're chatting all things makeup, all of my favorites, and kind of combining it into a video so we get ready together. Stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, for spending some time with me today, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.